Welcome back everyone to a long overdue report video on August Chaos Cup number 5. It has been a while since the last one, but we're back with some fun results. Our grand finals match features Chris once again playing heroes, but this time we have a rather rare deck in Shining Sarcophagus. Josh was actually the threat to beat as he stayed in winner's bracket all the way to grand finals with one of his favorite protagonist decks. I still don't know exactly the full potential of Shining Sarc, but the results speak for themselves. I actually forgot to put the rest of the top 8 here, but whatever, we're going to move on. Looking at the deck list here, I think the deck is maxed out on the archetype searches for the most part, and I for one can vouch that Droll and Lock Bird work wonders against a lot of decks as I was using it too. The super poly targets for the most part are standard, though I think Armaduke could be replaced with an anti-Cryst target for heroes or Duel. Draglubion and Hope Harbinger with no Numeron Dragon is interesting, but I'm sure it was a minor adjustment that was forgotten. This deck is missing one card that has yet to release, but I can't say I've seen lists look any more different for the most part. I believe Josh went through Sharks, a weird Blue Eyes Red Dragon Archfiend hybrid that needs no mention, and then he actually beat Chris in the winners finals, so grand finals here is the rematch after that. Now I believe this is Chris's first showcase with the evil hero support, at least in these videos, but I could be wrong. Again, a lot of things aren't too different here as mostly everything is standard. There's a few ratio changes I'm not quite sure of, and there is the surprising lack of plasma, but I guess maybe this version can't afford to run it. I for one hate facing that card, but it seems the basic combo in this list stays the same for the most part. I'm not going to waste much time though, we're going to get to the duels right away. Now a minor spoiler, someone wasn't playing at their best during this match, and it is clearly notable if you can notice some of the plays going on in this duel. I've already pointed out a lot of misplays to him personally, but I will make it a game for anyone who wants to comment the mistakes here. Chris is going to go first here to start things with the Speedroid Terror top of his deck, A Hero Lives. It is frustratingly difficult to not point out something here, but thanks to the Max C drop by Josh, Chris is forced to safely end his turn with droplets as minor protection. It's good to point out here that since Josh is playing such a rogue deck, typical hand traps like Fualos don't harm him quite as much as other decks. His spell card Ties That Bind is the biggest target for it, and he doesn't quite need his extra deck that much. Unfortunately, this also makes some of his plays quite easy to disrupt, such as the droplet stopping him from getting more cards going. Imperm is going to do very little due to Fusion Destiny, and thanks to that Chris can go on a wombo combo that is really going to hurt, considering there isn't much Josh can do on the following turn even. I believe Josh's spell card only works with Shining Sarc on the field, and regardless of anything, Fusion Destiny getting materials out of the deck pretty much guarantees a lot of follow-up, even through disruption. DPE alone is a nightmare without the proper answer, so I think it's safe to see where this first duel is going. Chris is going to take a while, so we will just skip all that. Okay, we are back. On to the second duel. It's in Josh's benefit to go first, even if Hero still does decently well going second. I believe he has a fair number of negates with his full setup, and Gandora wipes the field or something, but looking at these hands, luck was not on his side today. Even with 2 hand traps, Chris has tactics to completely push through that, so it's safe to say where this is going. This duel here is the reason why other super poly targets could have came up, but it's tough to know what each player is going to play before the tournament starts. In the past, I believe I ran one of the Duel fusions as an option just in case Chris runs that deck, but in this case Trinity or any fusion that needs warriors or heroes could have worked. The dilemma that shortly occurs for Josh in a bit is that the monsters on the field don't end up fitting the requirements for Dragostapelia, Garura, or Mud Dragon, so he can't effectively use Super Poly. For those who come after, I guess. As a reminder, grand finals for our tournaments are first to 3 wins to make things easier. So Chris is up 2-0 against Josh. These next 2 duels are going to take up some time, so I'm going to let them play without commentary. Thanks to everyone who participated this time yet again. It's good to get some casual fun out there once in a while when we are not fighting the Maliss and Ryzeal meta in the game right now. Which was banned in the tournament. I don't know if I said that. Yeah, they were super banned. Anyway, the next one will be a bit different, but if you are interested in joining, there is a Discord you can ask for. The rounds are run across days as opposed to everything being slammed into one day since most of us are busy, and 9 times out of 10 the tier 1 decks will be banned. Hopefully I'll catch you guys next time, And I'll try not to lose again via DQ since my game kept crashing.